Live.
You're live.
I'm live. All right, cool. Well, we're going to give it a minute just to let some folks kind of stumble into the stream here. But yeah, one waiting. There we go. Cool. Yeah, let's let that resolution's pretty bad right now. Let's let that kind of fix itself. That'll take a second. All right, so we got 5 watching. Awesome. All right, so we got some folks coming into the chat now. Sorry for the late notice, guys. I made a little mistake when setting this up, and I thought I made it public, but it was an unlisted stream, so nobody got the notification that I was going live tonight. Anyways, thanks for coming on board. Appreciate it. If you don't know me, my name is Tim. I run this channel, Kitchen and Craft, and I've been at it for, I don't know, 5-6 years now, on and off. And I just started doing the live streaming, so this has been fun. It's been an experience, and it's been fun chatting with you guys. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed to my channel just yet, browse around, look at some of the videos. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Anyways, we're talking pasta carbonara tonight. I'm going to show you a traditional version of the dish, and I'll walk you through the ingredients and the process. And if you have any questions, just hit me up in the chat. My lovely wife, Sarah, is managing the camera and is keeping an eye on those comments. So fire away if you got questions, okay? So here we are. A couple things that you need to do ahead of time is get some water boiling, some salted water. Get a fry pan or a saute pan here ready to go. Get your ingredients together. I've got some dried pasta, because that's what's used in traditional carbonara. This is spaghetti, pretty traditional. And you can tell the quality of the pasta by the texture on the outside of it. I think that's from my cutting board. Anyways, if you see, there's like this texture here. That means that the pasta has been extruded through a bronze die. That is a good indication that you've picked a good pasta. If it's kind of shiny and there's no texture whatsoever, doesn't look sort of frosted, then it's a very cheap pasta and it's not going to grab as much sauce. It's just a lower quality pasta. So spend the extra $1 or $2 and get a nice dried pasta. You can't go wrong. You really can't. Just look for that texture. That's a good indication that what you're buying is of good quality, okay? I see there's somebody in the chat here. Love your work, dude. Your work is such high quality. Oh, thank you. Very, very appreciated biology things. Hope you stick around for the whole stream here. So I got my water going, I got my fry pan, I got pasta, I have pancetta. Now this isn't traditional in carbonara, but we are in a shelter-in-place order, and there's not a lot of options out there. So the cured pork cheek that I would use, I can't find it anymore. So pancetta is a good substitute, okay? You could also use bacon if you want to, but pancetta is a good substitute if you can't find your pork cheek there. I've cut it into small pieces, I'd say maybe 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch, even a little bit smaller in some places. So yeah, doesn't have to be exact, okay? Anyways, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to throw it in this pan, I'm going to get it over medium heat, and I'm going to get that going. We're going to slowly render the fat in the pancetta, okay? So the pork cheek that I was talking about earlier, the guanciale, can't find it anywhere. But if you can find it, get it. It's got a little bit more fat than pancetta, and it has a slightly different flavor, but it is a cured pork product, so pancetta works really well in place of guanciale. I also have some eggs. So for this batch that I'm making, this portion, I typically use 2 eggs, but these look a little small to me. They say large on the package, but I think they're medium. So I'm using 3, okay? Just a little extra sauce probably in the pan. And I have some cheese here, some hard cheese. Traditionally you use pecorino romano, so I'm going to use a little pecorino, but I'm also going to add some Parmigiano Reggiano. Some folks do that. I think that's still considered traditional, okay?
You're just using the yolk.
I'm just using the yolk, yes. Thank you. Yeah, just egg yolks, not whole eggs, just egg yolks. And I also have some black pepper. And if you can pour yourself a nice glass of wine while you're making your carbonara, go for it. So you can start to hear the sizzle here. Okay. This is going to take 6-7 minutes, maybe, possibly a little longer, for that fat to render. You'll see it. It'll be in the pan. It'll be like the pan is getting greased, okay? That fat's just going to kind of melt away from the pancetta. And we're not going to throw that out. You're going to keep the meat, and you're going to keep that fat that's rendered in the pan. It's fantastic. We're going to add the pasta to the pan once it's done cooking. So why don't I get the pasta in the water now? It's about 150 grams, so a little over 5 ounces. And this is going to be for about 1 serving, maybe a little extra. Okay. So I salted my water too. And we're going to cook that till it's about al dente. Al dente is 7-8 minutes probably. It really depends on the pasta. I think with this particular variety, it's about 7 or 8 minutes. Okay. While that's working, let me grate my cheese. I've got a box grater here, but if you have something else that works, go for it. And these are about 25 grams each, so just about an ounce of cheese. So of each type of cheese, I should say. So this is about 2 ounces of cheese. We got Khulud, Mohammed. How's it going? How are you? Hope you're well. Finally get to join a live stream. Love how you explain in details in your videos. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm glad somebody appreciates that. Sometimes I feel like I'm going into too much detail. But when you grate your cheese here, you don't want to use the large side. You want to have it fairly small, finely grated, I should say. Hi, Chef. Love the French toast you did. Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate it. Good to see you again. Okay, so I don't cut the tips of my fingers. We're just going to throw that little piece over there. There's my cheese, okay? My pancetta. I'm going to cut the heat down a teeny bit. This pancetta, see how it's starting to get a little bit of color here? Can you see that, the color? And I see the fat starting to render out of it. Smells fantastic. Yeah. I'm going to turn the heat down even more. We don't want it, don't want it that hot. Woo! There we go. That's better. I love your recipes. Thank you, Kamal. Kamal, is it Kamai? Is that how I pronounce your name, Kamai? Is that correct, or did I just butcher that? But thank you very much. Hope everybody's staying well, sheltering in place. Everybody's nice and healthy. I also have some black pepper, some freshly grated black pepper that I'm going to add to the dish at the same time. So this is still rendering, but you can see, can you see the fat that's starting to render from the pancetta? That's what you want. That's going to create our sauce. It's going to help to create our sauce, okay? So let's just let that go. I'm going to grab the tongs, make sure my pasta isn't sticking together. All right, got a nice rolling boil here. Good. Okay, so to make the second part of our sauce, we need to add the cheese and the egg yolks together, which I'm going to do in here. So egg yolks go in, okay? And all of this cheese. Cacio e pepe. I can do that. No problem. I'm going to add some of this cheese, okay? I don't know if I'm going to need all of it, but what we don't use in the sauce, we'll just use it on top of the pasta. How about that? So what I'm doing here is I'm just mixing it together, creating a paste, okay? I'm going to grab some of the pasta water and use it to thin the sauce out a little bit, thin these yolks out a little bit. But you want to be careful that you don't cook the yolks. So just add a little bit at a time. Whoa, there we go. Add a little bit at a time. There we go. There, that looks good. So now we got cheese and we got a little bit of the pasta water in there and we got our yolks. The little chunky pieces you see there, that's the cheese. I didn't cook the yolks, okay? So Marco, yeah, I'm obsessed with Roman pasta these days. Very cool to see you make the carbonara. Next time, cacio e pepe. Yep, I can do cacio e pepe, no problem. We eat that a lot at the house here. Okay, yeah, that looks good. So I'm gonna put that over here. Again, I'm gonna use some of this cheese if I need it. Otherwise, it's gonna go on top of the pasta when it's done. So with the pancetta, coming back to this pan again, when you cook it and you render the fat, you don't want the pancetta to be super crispy. You want it to be crispy on the outside, but you still want to have it soft, especially the fat. You want it to be somewhat soft on the inside, okay? You don't want to make it super crispy like crispy bacon for breakfast. Yeah, see? We've got some of that fat rendering. Beautiful stuff there. Okay, so we have pancetta, we have our pasta going, we have our yolks and our cheese with a little bit of pasta water in it. Let's go ahead and add some cracked black pepper to this. Again, we can always add more if we need to later on. I go for a fairly coarse grind. So yeah, I think that looks pretty good. What do you guys think? Yeah. All right. Check the pasta. I should just leave the tongs over here. I always put them over there and then I end up reaching for them. No, we're not there yet. I'd say another 4 or 5 minutes, okay? Great time for questions if you have them. In case you're wondering what's in the pan back here, this is the makings of some New York style pizza sauce. We're gonna do some pizza too tonight. So I'm testing a recipe for bar pizza. Ethan, if you're watching, if you end up watching this live stream later, that sauce is on my pizza, man. Ethan from Cook with E, we're doing a pizza cook-off next weekend here. I believe it's on the 3rd. Actually, yeah, next weekend. Not this weekend, the following weekend, sorry. We're gonna do a collaboration pizza cook-off. So I'm gonna do some bar pizza. I have no idea what Ethan's got planned, but maybe you can go onto his channel and ask him, see what he's got in his back pocket. Anyways, hey Brenda, how's it going? ZC, how's it going? We're making some carbonara tonight. You know what's in season around here right now? Ramps. You guys know what ramps are? Ramps are fantastic. It's an allium, so it's related to the onion family. It's kind of like a wild leek. Would be fantastic in carbonara, but I can't find any right now. So if somebody's local in Richmond and has a lead on some ramps, let me know where I can find them, because I want some. There, I think we're good with the pancetta. We got plenty of rendered fat in the pan. It's nice and crispy on the outside, but I'm not overcooking it. I don't want it crispy throughout. I just want it crispy around the edges. Okay? Our pasta is just a few minutes out, I think. Digger J's. You know, I tried getting, when I was at Urban Tavern, I tried ordering from Digger J's, and I didn't realize he was still in business. He said he was closing up shop. So yeah, if he's still around, I'll give him a shout. I'll check out his website. But thank you. I totally thought that he was closed and had moved on, but I guess not. I'm watching. Cool. So we're kind of in limbo at the moment, just waiting for some of this stuff to finish up. Really, my pasta. Let's try this. Like another minute and it's good.
What's your
Oh man, what do you think? I'll let my wife answer that one. I can relay it. What do you think, Dave? Pizza? Pizza's the go-to? I make a lot of pizza. I love pizza. I love the process. And we have a cool pizza oven, so it's fun to play around with that. So yeah, I'd say pizza's probably our go-to. My son AJ he likes meat. He's a meat guy, but he's very particular on the type of meat that he'll eat. For example, with beef, it has to be a tenderloin. I mean, go figure. He picks the most expensive cut because you don't have to cut it with a knife. He likes how tender it is. So every once in a while, we'll do tenderloin. We'll do filet mignon. But I'd say pizza all around. That's our go-to for sure. Yeah. Okay, we're good here. I'm gonna take this pasta. Okay. So you gotta be really careful. You don't want to put a lot of water in here because there's hot oil and that'll pop and sizzle and you might hurt yourself. So let it drain off a little bit first.
What wine are you drinking?
Nothing too special. I'm drinking a Vouvray, which probably isn't the best wine for this. Vouvray, it's a Chenin Blanc. I would go with something a little drier with the pancetta and the fat that's in this dish. There we go. I lost a piece. We'll have to put that back. Don't want to lose that. All right, so we got our fat, we got our pancetta, we have our pasta in here, right? We're going to cut the heat. We're going to let it cool off just a bit because I don't want to add this screaming hot pan of pasta to our egg. It'll just cook the eggs and we'll get scrambled eggs. Just let that rest for a second, and then we're going to go right into here, okay? Some people go the egg into the pan, and I've done that before. In fact, a carbonara video that I did years ago, I added the egg mixture to the pan, and it's fine. You can do that. I don't see any problem with that, so as long as your pan isn't really hot. It needs to cool off a little bit, okay? I got yelled at. You're not supposed to do it that way. That's not the way you do it. So tonight, I'm going to do it the other way around.
Who yelled at you?
A lot of Italians. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it justice, and I'm going to do it the other way to show them that I can do it both ways and be fine. It'll come out fine either way. So I'm going to just check this out here. Sauce. Well, with carbonara, you're going to want to take it pretty much all the way. So you can't heat those up too much or they're going to scramble. So take your pasta to al dente in the water, okay? And with your pancetta and the rendered fat, and then we're going to mix that around, and now I'm going to add this over to the bowl here with yolks, my cheese, and my freshly ground black pepper, okay? So yeah, you can't really continue to cook this pasta in a sauce. It'll ruin the dish. So,
Somebody wants to know what this thing is on the wall.
what thing?
I think the mandolin.
This here? Yeah, this is an antique that my wife got me for Christmas one year, and it's an old mandolin, grater of sorts.
Probably really dusty.
Yeah, it's kind of dusty. ZC, you were saying how immaculate my kitchen is? Yeah, plenty of dust on certain things. Anyways, yeah, it's an antique that my wife got me, and this is where it lives. Right here. We don't use it. It's just purely for, decorative purposes. There. I thought that all went all the way through. Anyways, all right, back to the dish. Here we go. This is going to go in, right? And then we're going to stir this around, coat everything nice, and we're going to add some pasta water to this, some more water. That's going to help with our sauce, okay? So I'm going to go in with some more water, more than this. A little bit more here, and you can add a little bit, but you can't take it away. So add a little and mix it around. Watch the cheese melt, okay? How's the quality of the stream? It's not looking so great on my end. I'm just wondering if you guys are getting a better quality than what I'm getting. It's pretty choppy looking. Hello from France. Hello, how are you? I hope you're well. I hope everybody's well over there. Thank you for tuning in. Whoa. All right, so see how this is thickening up a little bit? See, that's the sauce right there. See that? Wonderful stuff. So if you need to melt this any more, if you want to thicken up the sauce, I'm going to add just a little bit more cheese here. Take it over here, put it over the pot of water. Turn your boiling water off first, and then use it as what we call a bain-marie.
Someone needs to be reminded of the cheese.
The cheese?
The amount of cheese.
Oh, okay. I'm using, so I grated about an ounce of cheese each, Pecorino Romano and a Parmigiano Reggiano. But I'm not using all of it at once. I'm adding some of it. I'm going to taste the pasta, and if I think I need more, I'll add a little more. You can always add more, but you can't take it away, okay? So I'm going to just sit here, and I'm going to stir, and I'm going to watch the sauce. See how it's thickening up a little bit more? Can you see that? It's going to sit here. It's going to get thick. These yolks are going to thicken up as I apply heat to them. And I'm using gentle heat, the steam from my boiling water. I'm not putting this over a direct flame. Yeah, see, this looks pretty good right here. I think we're good. So let me taste it. If I want more cheese, I'll add more cheese. If I want more pepper, I'll add more pepper. But I just want to give it a taste.
They're saying streaming's fine.
Streaming's good? All right, awesome. Thank you. I want more pepper. But don't go overboard here. Just a little bit. Yeah. This is perfect. What do you think, honey? Looks pretty good, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think we're there. And there's plenty of salt. You don't need to add more salt to this dish. You get salt from the pancetta or the guanciale, if you can find it. You get salt from the cheese here. You get salt from the salted pasta water. There's a lot of salt going on. There's no need to add any more of this stuff, okay? All right. One of these guys, maybe? The grandma bowl? Okay, we'll go with the grandma bowl. The nonna bowl.
Do you prefer a type of peppercorn?
Telecherry peppercorns are what I typically use if I can find them. I'll tell you, we have a Penzeys spice shop in town. I use them quite a bit. I think that their spices are very fresh and they're high quality. So if you have a Penzeys, go to Penzeys. And no, this is not a sponsored video. How's that look? Does it look good to you guys? And then just top it with the remaining stuff in the bowl. Like that. A little bit of this. How about that, huh? How's that look? Good? Pasta carbonara. Very simple, very straightforward. Doesn't require a lot of time. A lot of people have these ingredients on hand. If you don't have pecorino, use Parmesan. Just use 100% Parmesan. It'll still turn out wonderful. If all you have is pecorino, then you're doing it uber traditional, okay? If you have another very hard cheese of some sort, it would probably make a pretty good pasta. So you can kind of create your own dish if you want to, and if you don't feel like running out to the store and getting all of what would be considered traditional ingredients. Zizi says your lovely wife is a great addition. She's blushing. She says, thank you. So that's pretty much it, guys. Let me open it up to some questions. If you guys have any questions, we'll just do a few minutes of questions. This is going to be a fairly short stream tonight, just because the dish wasn't terribly complicated, and we have a few other things that we're gonna knock out this evening. So if you have any questions, hit me up in the stream. I'll give you a couple minutes. I got some folks from all over the globe here. France checked in for sure. Brenda said, years ago I started using Aleppo pepper after learning about it after you put it on chickpeas at Secco. Yeah, hey, Brenda, let me show you something. Little Fire Marshal Bill there. Let me show you something. Always have a bag of this in my house. Always. Never without it. How are you doing? I'm from Sweden and we aren't isolated. What is your opinion on that? That's a tough one. You know, here where we are, it doesn't seem to be in Virginia itself. Doesn't seem to be terrible right now, but you know, we've been asked to do certain things, and it makes sense from my perspective to do those things right now. So we're following, you know, protocol. You know, there could be several different ways to attack this issue that we're going through right now. So you know, I'm not educated enough in that field to know what's right and what isn't right, if there even is such a thing. I mean, it's such a crazy time right now. So, you know, we're doing what we think we need to be doing. If that's what you guys think, if Sweden thinks that that's the right approach, then, you know, that's what you got to do. I don't know how else to say that. You know, yeah, it's hard for me to go there right now because I just, you know, it's terrible what's happening. So whatever the right solution is, I hope we can all come together and figure that out sooner than later. Let's see. You said before you're a web developer. What is your favorite framework? Are you a React guy or an Angular guy? So I just got into web development about 3 years ago. So I work primarily, I work for a company that does primarily WordPress builds on vanilla shell themes. So I take a blank WordPress theme and I build it out. So I'm using a lot of HTML, a lot of CSS, a lot of jQuery and PHP, but I'm not using Angular or React. I haven't gotten there yet. I'm still making sure that I'm comfortable enough with all of those languages before I move on to something else. So I would say that web designer is what I am more, and I do web development as well, but it's focused around WordPress. But we don't buy a lot of themes and then just build sites on those pre-designed themes. I typically take a blank WordPress template and build it out that way. Let's see. All right, I got time for one more question if somebody wants to throw it out there. We're coming up on 30 minutes. It's a really quick one. We're going to end it right at 30 minutes. How about that? Right at 30. We're at 28 now. We got 2 more minutes to go. Tim, do you use Ufra Bieber? I don't know what that is, Brenda. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I know you said spelling, so maybe it's just spelling that's throwing me off. So Papa Gilbert, do you really deserve more viewers? You are one of my favorite YouTubers to watch when it's late. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you very much. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because I like communicating with you guys. Janet's on. Hey Janet, how's it going? Good to see you on here. If you're looking for ramps, try Cardinal State Butcher in Bon Air. What? They're right around the corner from me. They're literally less than a quarter of a mile down the road. I will check them out. Thank you. What's? Yeah, but Sarah's not going to let me bring them home. There's a story that goes with that. I had about 20 pounds of ramps delivered to my house when I was working at Seco, and I put them in, and we had a basement fridge, and I put them down there thinking it'd be okay. They were boxed up, wrapped up nice and tight. The entire house reeked of ramps for like a solid week afterwards. So she's not partial to ramps, let's put it that way. It's a dark pepper flake, similar to Aleppo, but a bit smoky. You know, I haven't seen that, Brenda. I'm gonna keep an eye out for that, but that sounds like something that I'd really enjoy to use. I really like it. I'm glad I found your channel, tried your focaccia recipe and loved it. Thank you. Awesome. That seems to be really popular right now, that focaccia recipe. I'm glad it's working out for all you guys. That's my go-to. That's what I use at home anytime I want to make focaccia. So what you're making is what I make. Let's see. Cool. I used to work on WordPress as well, but I did use pre-built themes. Yeah, I mean, it depends on the client, right? If the budget's not there, then you're going to end up using a pre-built theme because it brings the cost down. But a lot of our clients are willing to kind of pay a little bit extra to get a custom site. So we typically use the blank WordPress themes. Usually use underscores. I don't know if you're familiar with that. I use the underscores theme. It's got Bootstrap built into it. Okay, so we're at 30 minutes. I think we're going to wrap it up. Just want to say, whoop, I got another one. Janet, ramps are delicious. Had a white pizza. Oh, yeah, white pizza with ramps sounds fantastic. From Billy Pie. You know, I haven't tried Billy Pie yet. We got to go there sometime soon. We got to order to go. Try the carnitas tomorrow. Ah, yeah, good, awesome. Cool, good luck with the carnitas. I'm glad that you jumped in the chat. It's good to hear from you.
So what's coming up next?
What's coming up next on the live stream? Well, the live stream is sort of one of those things we kind of do a la minute. Whatever I feel like cooking that day, if I come up with an idea. But in terms of produced videos, I have a collaboration with Ethan from Cook with E. If you want to check out his channel, please do that. Super nice guy, makes great content. Really enjoy watching his videos. We're going to collaborate. We're going to do a pizza cook-off. So those videos will air May 3rd. I think that's what's coming up next. I'm also working on a roasted chicken recipe. If I can get that done and out by this weekend, you'll see it then. If not, it might be a few days late. So yeah, that's kind of what's in the queue right now. And as far as live streams go, that's just going to be, again, it's going to be kind of random and whatever ideas I have to make for you guys live that day, we'll end up doing it. Calzones? Ooh. Okay. I haven't made a calzone before. I mean, I could stream live with calzones and you guys could just watch me make a disaster, probably. I mean, that might be fun, right? I've never tried making a calzone. It'd probably come out terrible. I love all the live streams from YouTube, Instagram. Thanks. Yeah, they're fun. They're fun for me and they're fun for the folks that do them too, for sure. All right. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. I got some things to do. Making some bar pizza, my test recipe for my cook-off with Ethan, so need to get that done tonight. And we have some carbonara to eat. So I hope you guys stay well. I wish you all the best, and I'll catch you guys next live stream. Hit me up with some comments if you have any additional questions after we end here, and I'll do my best to answer them. Talk to you guys later. Love you.